Your comfort zone is making you miserable. I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have as a generation. I think that that's the biggest problem we have as young men. Our comfort zones are killing our dreams. We've become too comfortable as young people. We're no longer chasing dreams, we're no longer chasing goals. All we do is we've become keyboard warriors. When people succeed, we hear and not doing anything to change our lives. And here's something that I've learned from reading the Bible, from scripture. Every man that became successful in scripture became successful after they had stepped out of their comfort zone. God is not going to meet us where we are if we're too comfortable and not doing anything to change our lives and expect our lives to change. We're deceiving ourselves. I think of Abraham had to leave his home and God met him on the way. When he was chasing that which God wanted him to chase, God met him. When he was chasing a dream, God met him on the way, but he had to leave his comfort zone. I think of Jacob. He robbed Esau of his blessing and had to run away from him. He had to step out of what he had known. He had to step out of his comfort zone and God met him. He wrestled with God and God blessed him. I think of Joseph. He was his father's favorite son. His brothers hated him. They sold him as a slave to Egypt. But God used that situation, so he had to step out of his comfort zone for God to move in his life. And so I think that's the biggest problem that we have as a generation of young men today. We have become too comfortable. We've become too complacent. We're not chasing dreams. We don't have any goals. When someone succeeds, we call them names. They are ritualists, they are this, they are that. That is not always true. Not everyone who succeeds is a ritualist. Some people bust their ass offs. They work to become who they are today. Think of any successful entrepreneur. They did not become successful whilst they were still comfortable. They had to step out of their comfort zone in order for them to achieve the levels of success that they have achieved. Today we attribute success to certain things, to many things, to spiritual things, to ritualists and all those things. But the truth is, some people step out of their comfort zones, they chase their dreams, they chase their goals, they work hard to achieve any level of success. And so the biggest problem that we have as a generation of young men today is we have become too complacent, we have become too comfortable, we are keyboard warriors, and when people succeed, we point fingers and we're not doing anything to change our lives. I think that's just one of the biggest problems that we have as young people today. If you want to succeed, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Move out of your home. Not with disrespect to your parents. Move out of your home. Find an office where you can work. I believe that 90% of the battle is won just by showing up. When you show up consistently, eventually you will win. When you show up consistently, eventually you'll have what you want to have. But if you remain where you are, nothing will change. Nothing will move until you move. And so if we want to see successes in our lives, we need to change. We need to move out of our comfort zone. We need to do things that make us uncomfortable. It's hard starting a business, it's true. It's hard spending time creating content and only 12 people end up watching that video. But it's called faith for a reason. It's called stepping out in faith for a reason. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. Only then do you give God an opportunity to meet you along the way. But if you remain where you are, don't expect anything to change. And so I think that is something we need to solve as a generation, as young men. This is a problem that we need to solve. There's a lot of young people that are succeeding. They're not special. They've stepped out of their comfort zone. They've started businesses. They've struggled to create things, and their lives eventually changed. If you want to succeed, step out of your comfort zone and do something that you've never done in order for you to receive something you've never received. When you step out of your comfort zone, God will open doors where once there were walls. But if you remain where you are, don't expect anything to change. This is just a rant that I have, and I think that a lot of young men need to hear this. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something to change your life. You've become too relaxed. You're too chilled. You have a burning desire inside of you. God has placed something inside all of us that we must achieve, but we ignore that. We have peers, we have people we listen to, and we ignore our hearts, and then we expect to succeed in life. That's going to be impossible. If you're hearing this, step out of your comfort zone. Start living. Follow your heart. Do something to be financially independent. Do something to move out of your parents' house. Step outside of your comfort zone and see if God will not meet you. These are my thoughts for the day. This was just a random rant, but God willing, I will see you on the next one. Cheers for now.